think most people that are watching this know that you've been part of the organisation for a considerable time. I think if anyone stayed in a role for 12 years, they've learnt a lot, they've experienced a lot. I think we take it down that path, and you should be really.
We're filming. Okay, yeah.
No, we are filming. This is what we're doing. This is where the conversation goes.
Right,
it's
okay,
not.
okay.
It's like you and I hanging out, but Toby's not here. Okay, and all the cameras and lights that make you look seamless, right? So, or at least I need to look seamless. So I think let's take it down the path of your evolution, your growth. And what we talked about, Richard Jealous, just before was all the tough things. But I think in your case, I want to know about some of the good things that have happened and what you've learned along the way. So is that a cool place to take it today?
Yeah, happy with that.
Beautiful. So I'll start with an obvious one, which is you've been here 12 years. You started when you were 12. But what stands out as the biggest shift in your mindset for you over the course of the last 12 years? What allowed you to go to the level that you're at now?
Mindset is a big one. So when I started, I was early 20s, and I've changed a lot in that time. I still am very ultra independent as a go-to mindset, and that's something that you can't have if you're going to succeed in real estate. You've got to have a team around you, and it's exhausting. If you try to do it yourself the whole time, you're going to burn out. I think you've called me the burnout queen in the first 6 years of my real estate career. So learning.
But sometimes burnouts are good because it helps you to stop and reflect.
Yeah, self-auditing your own business and your own psychology and actions is really important for your growth. So self-awareness has been a big thing that I've had to change.
Well done. Okay. And how have you found you talked about a team. How have you found the whole training someone? How hard is it? And the commitment and the consistency that you need to provide. How do you find that?
We talk a lot about a leader mentality, and that's not something that I truly understood until I was in it. It's exhausting. When you start, it's a real reflection or a real spotlight on what you do poorly. If you can't teach something in a process, it means that you haven't been doing it with a proper process yourself. So you have to look at all your systems and how you train people. What I'm very proud of is I can self-reflect really well. So I looked at all the things that I struggled with in my first 2 years to 6 years of real estate. And I'm very proud to say I can now, if someone's got the right base talents and the right personality traits, I can get a team member that I put on within my team to where I was at year 5 to 6 in 12 to 18 months.
Do you think it's that quick?
Yeah. If they've got the right drivers and they've got the right whys behind them and the right personality traits, absolutely. But it's taken me a long while to learn how to train different personality types to get there.
What did you find when we worked together in a team? What did you find that because I think you were a better talent than me, particularly on a prospecting front. But what did you enjoy about the time we spent together in terms of the learning piece?
It was a bit of fun. The two of us are interesting. We're two very high D personality types, and we're both a million miles an hour in different ways. So I learned a lot around process with you, a lot around people management with you. I'm probably more of a workhorse in that I'm happy to do the monotonous tasks over and over again because I understand what they'll evolve into now. But I did learn a lot around systems, processes. We talk a lot around ideal weeks, and it's only really in the last 4 years that I understand how powerful that can be if you work it well. So that's what I took a lot.
How'd you find the listing presentations together? I felt like there was a period there before you went out on your own that the strike rate was really good.
We started at just over 90% strike rate. So between my pre-qualifying and my databasing and then your closing of a deal, that was really powerful. And that's now something I've implemented into my own.
That's where I was heading is you've been able to take that and probably make it better than I ever could.
Thank you.
And you've evolved that. We're talking here about the compounding effect a little bit, and it's only just now taking effect in our organisation, which I'm really proud of, and it's going to compound even faster now over the course of the next 2 years. And that's a credit to you because you've taken what was potentially a much smaller, call it system or process or being, and you've evolved it, and you're helping me leverage the business. You and a number of people are, which is fantastic.
And the team's actually taking that on and running with it, which is amazing. We really are running a culture of leader mentality. It's not anyone up here and cadets down here. It really is everyone rowing the boat together, which is amazing. We're all involved in each other's deals and we're all growing together. So someone starting in this organisation isn't just learning from myself, yourself, Tanya, Kim. They're learning from 8, 9, 10 people and everyone's accumulated strengths, which is amazing. You can't not succeed.
Can I ask a question then, because you just triggered something for me? Do you think we articulate the expectations well from a sales team perspective?
I think we do. I think we do that on a macro level as a team really well. We have great KPIs, and not just KPIs, but how to actually get there, which a lot of businesses I feel miss, but also a one-on-one when we're working in power teams. Again, it's impossible not to succeed if you have base personality traits wanting to succeed yourself. You're around successful people all day.
What traits do you think you're looking for in people coming in?
They need to want it for themselves more than I want it for them. That is the one trait that I can't teach. You need energy, and above all, I love this saying, I need discipline more than I need motivation. Motivation is a feeling, discipline is an attribute. If you have those things, everything else I can teach. From all my failures in the first 6 years of my career, I know how to get that person to where I was in 18 months. And the last 2 people in my team have proven that. 21-year-old female and a 53-year-old man couldn't get different.
No preconceived ideas about what you're expecting, is it? It's the character trait as opposed to the age group or
exactly
the male or female dynamic or whatever it is. It's purely and we've probably ironed out what it is that we know works now, and you can tell on the surface pretty quickly, can't you? You've just decided to recruit someone yesterday for the first time. So help us understand, we got Adam, and how did you recruit Adam? How did you go through that process? 'Cause I think it's a good thing to uncover.
So again, all what we've learned, I think the two of us and the business as a whole has completely changed our recruitment process from day one. If I'm going to choose, and yourself, if we're going to throw our time, energy, resources, it's a lot of emotional energy and time that goes into training someone from very green. Adam's never worked a day in real estate in his life.
Probably a good thing.
Yes, I agree. You can mold someone the way you need to, but they need to show the right personality traits. So that comes down to certain characteristics that we look for. They do a full training day with me once I've actually interviewed them first round. And beyond that, we have certain personality tests that we do outside of myself and you to make sure not only are we recruiting the right person, but we're training them and we understand how they learn. It's not a cookie cutter approach. Just like one home is not sold the same way, no one person learns the same way. So
good linkage there. Well done.
Thank you. Not my first
not
rodeo.
bad considering she's not even looking at her pre-prepared responses here. She does. Now you know why she's a good listing agent, right? As you can't help but listen to her. So
yeah, but
well
adaptability,
done.
adapt
Yeah.
it to the person.
Yeah.
I think we can all relate to this. You go to school and we're taught in the same way, and how many people does that actually work for? It's 10% of the schooling. Same with our industry. So if we can shape it around people, there is so many people I'm watching out there that could be doing twice as good, 3 times as good as what they are now, but I know they're not being trained in the way they need.
They don't know what they don't know, Ames. And we can see it too, and maybe we should have more conversations with them. Hopefully this tool or device is a way for them to see it without feeling like it's a hard sell on top of them. So there's lots in that I want to uncover, but you've probably got to go and list something in the next 5 minutes. So I'm going to ask you a couple of things, because we've had different culture evolutions here together over 12 years. Credit to you for sticking through them. I just heard Richard Jellis talk about one of the biggest challenge was the max exodus of a lot of his key salespeople. I've been through that. I think it's a natural evolution that the business isn't always a rock star. You were with me early days when it maybe looked like it was a rock star, and I had a mentality in my naive approach to leadership was that everyone had to operate at my level.
I also watched you, Byron, and I say this politely, but from early 30s to early 40s, in a young man's life with a high D personality type, you do change.
There's no way going there. What are you talking about?
We're all growing on our own level of how to lead people and what we want to do with our team. So I think it's now bigger than both of us, which is amazing and something I'm really proud of.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? In hindsight, you may change it, the odd thing, you and me included, but without making the mistakes that you potentially have made, you didn't evolve? What would be worse if you made the mistakes and then you didn't correct them, or you didn't look to work on them? And by no means is this business perfect, but it's doing everything it can to remain respectful, innovative, and really with a core focus. It's good to talk about growth in people, but to actually let the work do the talking now, which is about to happen. And the marketplace is probably not fully aware of it to the extent that we are. They're starting to see the transactions and the volume and the consistency of our business, but it will start to go through another evolution again. And hopefully, with your help and everyone else's help, people will start looking inward at our business and going, what are they actually doing in here? It may become more of an attraction business perhaps. But ironically, we're probably not going to recruit anyone that's in the market, right? So that's quite interesting.
I'm a big believer, unless someone comes to me, and honestly, that's probably the exception to the rule at the moment, someone that's existing in the industry, I'd actually prefer to take someone on green or someone from a parallel industry with good habits, good motivations that I can mold into something. Like I mentioned, if I can create an agent that is doing what I was doing in years 5 and 6 within 12 to 18 months, all I'm looking for is the right attributes in a person. This job isn't hard. It's a people-to-people business, but it's learning good habits and having a learn-it-all mindset, and that's rare to find.
It is. And credit to you, I think you might have found it in Adam, so I don't want to jinx it too much. But
Don't jinx
yeah,
it.
that's all right. But I think I'm really looking forward to seeing his growth.
Adam, if you're listening.
Yeah.
No pressure.
I'll send it to him so he can watch it. But let's I'm just trying to look. There's so many questions here. I don't even know where to start. But I'll ask you a couple of things, because you are incredibly good at client experience. Like people, the amount of reviews you have, I've lost count. I think
Thank you.
It's out of control. So well done. And you should be really, it's always nice when someone else tells you how great you are, not you needing to tell everyone how great you are. So we won't talk about that. But how has your approach to the client experience evolved over the years? Like what have you found has really set you apart?
And these are all going to sound like such small things, and that's really the difference of winning or losing sometimes, as anyone in the industry would understand, is no one pays you for second place, and it can be a 1% shift that actually secures you the business. We're at an 85% hit rate on what we list now, and I don't think there's any surprises as to why. It's small things. Just thinking of a few examples, and these are going to sound like such no-brainers, but they help. So understanding why people make the decisions that they do. So yes, someone's selling, yes, someone's buying, but why are they making that decision, and what's the emotion behind it, and how they go about their buying or selling decisions. Once you understand how to tap into that, you can understand the emotion and you can drive a better result for the clients. And once clients experience that, it's return business. It's very rare I'm walking into a living room now with someone that I haven't met before.
So you mean you don't talk about how good the brand is or how much market share you have or make it about you?
What a client needs, without the sarcasm, what a client cares about is not how many transactions I've done, not any of the ego that I think as agents sometimes we get caught up in. No one cares about my Instagram account, things like that. They care about, again, the emotion of why they're doing what they're doing and how they're going to get there and how you're going to do that for them. The better you articulate that, the better. A small thing, Bailey within my team, anyone that's a red hot buyer that's been actively looking, particularly a bidder that's missed out, make a group chat on text message with them and their significant decision maker. Typically that's husband and wife. First home buyer, that might be dad, whatever it may be. That has been a complete shift. It sounds so obvious, but two decision makers, both normally doing their day jobs in separate places, we automatically build their trust beyond just a 30-minute open for inspection. There is a list of 20 things I can give you that we do differently.
Give me the top five. Give me the top 3, because otherwise we'll be here forever. But give me the top 3. That's a cool one. I love that first one though. That's really cool. And I've seen, and you know what an awesome thing for Bailey, who's 12 months into the industry, to be nurturing that and looking after
100%.
that and making that a consistent behaviour.
Yeah.
We had a great catch up with this morning saying, mate, what can we be doing more for you? Where do you think your challenges are? What's broken in your business?
Yeah.
And they take it as not a threatening conversation now. It's like it's a, and I want people to do it more with me. Like, and I think my business partners do it board level. That's for sure. You speak, hey, why are you speaking that way? Why are you doing this? Why are you making us spend money here? And we work it through. So it's a different conversation.
I think I'm happy to ask you any questions at any time.
Yeah, well, why are we spending that? Because It protects our future. But go on. So yeah, give me the top three. So the WhatsApp one. I'll put you on the spot here. Can you think of the two others?
So or text message, whichever the client likes.
Yeah.
Really digging deep. So if you've met a buyer that's frustrated, they're over it, give them the time that they deserve. Call them at the end of that Saturday and really listen. We have 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason.
Did you hear that before?
Understand.
You've been hanging out with Richard Jealous or something? Yeah.
Byron, 2 ears, 1 mouth.
Yeah, sorry.
They understand what we need to understand, why they're doing that. And you can only do that by articulating and understanding and listening to what the client wants and why, and finding them some options. So better conversations, face-to-face appointments. Bailey does a lot of one-on-one appointments in the office with buyers that are looking for something. His core business, his last 3 listings have come about from people that need to sell after they've bought, and his buyer service is far better than anyone else in our market. So he's naturally, as a new cadet in the industry, he's getting business selling, finding him unopposed because he's doing the first part well. And again, that's something as leaders we do badly, I think. We show a brand new cadet at 21, 22, 23 years old that they're meant to go out and find a listing. It's simply not going to happen, and you're setting them up for failure. If it happens, great, but they need to focus on the other things: how to sell well, how to prospect well, how to run a great open. Listings will flow when they learn how to do that, because how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Who told you that line? That was a good one. I think
Not Byron Kerr.
No. I heard it from somewhere and it stuck with me. How you do anything is how you do everything. So well done. All right. You've got to go and look after more clients.
I do have to go.
So I'm going to give you the same question I asked Richard, because I'm keen to know, because I remember the Amie Goddard that I interviewed at day one that didn't get the job. And I think you reminded me that.
I came back though.
You did come back, credit to you. And that's probably the thing that got you the job. If you could sit down with the younger version of Amie Goddard, let's take you back to the 22-year-old Amie Goddard. What would you say to yourself in order to have success in this industry?
Take your P plates off before you walk into an appointment.
Or maybe have a driver's license before you take the job.
I got it 3 weeks before.
Don't get your driver's license just before you start in real estate. Yeah. Do you remember the time you had the car accident and we had to come and get you? That was awful. That was not a good day.
I've grown up in this role, moving forward. But no, truly, if I could go back in time, and that's why I've become so passionate. I'm still listing and selling as passionately as I always have, but I've moved into a different transition of passionately for the people that deserve it, that show me the right attributes, training them so I can get them to what took me 5 to 6 years for the penny to finally drop and understand what I needed to do in 1 to 2 years. And I wish I had a crystal ball and I could go back now and tell that young version of me simple 1% changes and truly have an understanding of why I was doing what I was doing and what to focus on so I could get traction faster. Unfortunately, I can't do that, but I can help the broader team
the next
grow.
Evolution. And I can say even just hearing you talk today has been pretty cool, because the energy that you're putting into it is great. It's difficult teaching people. It's probably hard. I say to a lot of my mates, I just think it'd be easy to go back and do real estate, because the people piece comes with a whole nother layer of difficulty and challenges. But a bit like you, I feel like it would be unfortunate if I didn't contribute and didn't help others. And I'm enjoying it like you are, in terms of I didn't realise that you actually get a lot. It's a bit like winning a listing, but for me it's tenfold. Seeing a Sean McBride, someone's not too happy in the background, seeing a Sean McBride go to the level that he has. He tapped me on the shoulder yesterday and said, I bought a new car. I was like,
which he's not saying to the open public, but now the ethos knows.
No, but I was actually like, and he goes, I just wanted you to know. Because I was trying to stay humble with it with him. And he said, don't worry, it wasn't a Porsche. And I said, oh, mate, if it was, I'd be wrapped for you. But he said, I wanted you to know that I did it, and it's as a result of everything you've helped me with. And I went, high five, mate, well done. Let's get on with the day. Well done. And that is that's better than a listing appointment. That's better than writing X amount in a year or whatever it is, right? You have to go through that journey though, I think, to figure out what's really important.
And I'm so proud of his growth. He's hitting his success triggers, but beyond that, he's doing it in his style, holding his integrity. He is himself as an agent, but he is doing it in a way that he is very proud of what he does when he goes home at night. And that makes me so proud. The same for Bridget McGreal, a 21-year-old female, is doing incredibly well and not to play the gender role, but it makes me incredibly proud. Like you said, it doesn't matter what gender or what age you are. If you have certain attributes and you're willing to learn, we will give you all our time and energy to be successful.
She's turned into a mini-me, you know that, right?
She's literally wearing my suits that don't fit anymore. That's a bit depressing.
She's the skinny version of Amie.
Yes, she is. Thank you so much for
Whoops,
that.
that's not a good way to finish.
Great culture.
Great culture. Actually, on that, what do you think is making this place work at the moment?
Leader mentality.
Okay.
I know I've said that a few times, but everyone's rowing the boat
It's no longer the
together.
BK show, which I really like.
Yeah, agreed. We're all helping one another, and there's multiple peers to go to, and there's not one person in a hierarchy position. I looked at the sales board the other day, and not to make it about numbers, and I won't say specific numbers, but on the listing and the sales side, everyone was evenly contributing
It was spread out
to the group, which is really amazing to see. Cadets writing $40,000, $60,000, $80,000 a month from work that's their own, not handed to them, and having that pride that you get from that is amazing. They're changing as people.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, go and enjoy the rest of the day. High five. Well done. Congratulations too on becoming a wife. It comes with a serious amount of responsibility, so congratulations. Don't rush having children anytime soon, but I'm sure that'll happen one day, and that'll be another challenge.
No, I'm joking.
That would have been a good time. No, well done. Enjoy the day. Thanks for your time, Jay. It was awesome.